Hi there, this is a video on how to determine the soil type based on either the percents or on the amount of clay, silt, and sand that you have. And I'm going to demonstrate on both types of triangles. You should have a calculator, a ruler, a pencil, and I prefer using a highlighter just because for me it's hard to see pencil on top of these diagrams. The one thing that will be done on your test and normally is done, it depends on the type of triangle, is I like to put the arrows in to make sure I know which direction my lines are supposed to go. Never, ever, ever do you get two lines going in the same direction. If you have parallel lines, you didn't do it right. So let's look at this. So we have something up here. I've got my information. It says 20% clay. So clay I like doing first because it's straight across. So I'm going to put my ruler there. And I'm feeling pretty confident today, so I'm just going to use my highlighter right away. And it's also easier for you to see. Try it again. All right, so there's 20%. And then it says silt. Now, silt goes downhill like this. So 0, 10, 20, and there's my 30% silt. So go there. And this one says it's 50% sand. So there is my 50% sand. All right. So there is our soil mixture. With this diagram, all you can say is, nope, it's not a good soil because good soils have to be in the center. With this, by the looks of it, you would need to add some more clay, which would bring this up. So maybe 40% clay. And then you would need less sand to move that line over. But for now, it's not a good soil. And the key here is look how nicely those lines intersected. When they intersect like that, that's a pretty good, wow, pretty good chance that you're okay. If you have like two lines going in the same direction, or you get a great big triangle in the middle, something went very wrong. So let's try that again. And I've got the other triangle. I like this one better. It's more complicated, but if you pay attention, look at those nice little arrows. It reminds you which direction to go. On this one, I chose to use not multiples of 10. So my diagram isn't going to be quite as accurate. So it's 13%. So there's my 10% line. 15% will be halfway between here and here. So I'm just going to go a little bit higher. So not quite halfway. So I'm going to say it's about there. So there's my clay. So clay goes across. Silt is 48%. So silt goes this direction. Now, there's 40, there's 50. So it's going to be a little less than 50. I'm going to put my ruler like that. And there's my line for 48. Oh, something I've seen students do, and maybe this will work for you, they actually write the number in there. And sometimes if they accidentally put it in the wrong spot, it will help them. So that's up to you. You don't have to. And then it said it is 39% sand. Oh, see, look. I was about to do it on the clay line, and then I realized, well, that can't be right because I always have a line that's going horizontal. Try that again. We need to do sand. So here's my sand. Sand goes in this direction. There's 40. There's 30. So a little bit less than 40. And I still did pretty good because they more or less line up. Part of that is because, you know, my highlighter is pretty thick. So this would be a loamy soil because it's in this area. Hold on a sec. Okay, so this area is loam, and it's within that little box. So that's one type of question. That's the simplest one. Basically, that's, can you use the triangle? Well, wait. There's the other half. And we'll, you know what, we'll just do this one at the bottom of the page. sometimes instead of getting percents, you get the amount of material you have. Now, this is all in millimeters. I realize now it could be centimeters or meters. It doesn't really matter, as long as they're the same type of units. First thing to check. If I add these up, I'm not going to get 100%. Okay, because this is all, see, look, it's all about percents. It has to add up to 100. And these all did have percents up there. So what we need to do first is we need to total it. So 2 and 5 is 7, and 1 more is 8. Total. And then you go 2 millimeters divided by 8 times 100. So 2 divided by 8 times 100 should be 25. I knew that. 25%. Now we've got 5 divided by 8. You're dividing by your total all the time, times 100. I just got 6.25. That can't be right. Let me try that again. 5 divided by 8 equals times 100. There you go, 62.5. That makes more sense. Percent. And 1 divided by 8. 12.5. So 1 out of 8 times 100 is equal to 12.5%. Okay, before I go further, 25% plus 62.5% plus 12.5% should give me 100. If when I total these, I don't get 100 over here, something went wrong. Okay, if you got decimals and you're getting like 101% or 99, it's fine. But if I'm getting 150 or 8 or something like that, there's a mistake. All right, now we can graph. I'm gonna try blue. 25%, 25% clay. So there's the 20 line. And there's the 30. So I want 25. So I'm gonna say it goes right down the middle. And there we go. Oh, that showed up much nicer. Now, silt is 62.5. So silt, remember, goes downhill like this. And it said 62. So there's 50, there's 60, there's 70. So 62 is going to be a little bit after that. And then my sand is 12.5%. So sand goes at this angle, right? See, look, this one's nice. Got little arrows in there. All right. There we go. There's our answer. And, oh, that one's right on the border. So if I had to answer the type of soil, I would write border. Going to cover all my cases of silty clay loam, and by the looks of it down here, silt loam. I made up these questions just to do this assignment. Hopefully on the test I'll, double check and make it so it's nice, not sitting on the border. But if it does happen, that's all you do. All right, one more. Oh, here we go. Back to the other triangle. Okay, you know what? Pause the video. You know how to do that. You're clever. You can do that. Pause the video, do the question, and then turn it back on and see if we agree. There's a chance that hopefully we do. And if not, one of us makes a mistake and one of us will fix it. That's the plan. All right. I trust you did that. All right. So we are in milliliters. Oh, second time I've done it. Millimeters. So we need a total, right? Those aren't percents. 4 plus 15 plus 10 is 29. Millimeters total. So this is going to be 4 out of 29. And this is going to be 15 out of 29. And this is going to be 10 out of 29. Oopsies. Times 100. Times 100. Times 100. I like writing them all out, and then I just do all my calculator work. So 4 divided by 29 times 100. 13.8. So we'll say 14%. There's not much, use putting like decimal points on here because we're estimating where, 14 is. There's no way we can do like 13.75. I'm not that good. 15 divided by 29. What's that? Times 100 is 51.7. So we're going to say 52 degrees. Oops, percent. I was right. 10 divided by 29 is that times 100 gives us 34.4, so 34%. And again, just like before, I want to add these up. 14 plus 52 plus 34. All right, we got 100. So I feel confident I'm good to go. 14% clay. I like the blue one. All right, so there's 10% clay. Oh, this one doesn't have my arrows. Clay goes that way, silt goes that way, and sand goes uphill that way. 14% clay. All right, so there's 10% clay, there's 20% clay. I want just a little bit less than half. Oh my, that's a very thick line. All right, that's okay. Now I need my silt, which is, excuse me, 52%. So silt goes downhill. Okay, it's at this angle, and I want 52, so a little bit more. And I'm going to be a little more careful with my highlighter so I don't get quite such a thick line. There we go. All right, and then we need 34% sand. So there's 30% sand, there's 40% sand, so more or less, a little, teeny bit less than halfway. All right. So again, for this one, I'll have to say it's not a good soil. Now, I want to show you what it's going to look like if you forget to do the percents so that maybe you'll recognize something's wrong. Yeah, I got a spare one here. Okay, so hold on. We had 4 millimeters clay, 15 millimeters silt, and 10 millimeters sand. All right, before we start, I'm going to write this very big. There's no question that this is doing it wrong, but I just want to show you what it's going to look like. So if it happens, you say, oh yeah, I remember, I got to do my percents first. All right, 4 milliliters. Every single time I've said that, I've said it wrong. 4 millimeters of clay. Okay, so 4s, I want a little bit higher. All right, there we go. There's my clay. Now, 15 of silt. So silt is going to go this way. So 15 would be like right in between those two. And now I need 10% of sand. Do you see what we just drew? And you see why it's wrong. They're supposed to cross in one spot. That's not remotely close. Okay, so you need to do percents first. Okay, same thing. Oh, I do have an extra one. Just ignore that. I don't know about you, but I have no problem for some reason. Okay, I'm making up numbers. when I do the clay, let's say I'm going to do percents here. I'm going to mark this. Wrong. So 20% clay, 40% silt, which leaves us another 40% sand. Sorry, my handwriting just got terrible just then. Okay, 20% clay. I like clay because it's nice, it's straight across, it's super easy to do. And now I got to do silt. And I know silt goes like this. Silt goes downhill. But if I'm having a bad day and I forget, and there's sand and it's 40, right? No, wrong. No parallel lines. Okay, the sand one is messed up. Remember, sand always goes uphill. Look, when I make it go that way, we are golden and it comes out there. So, no parallel lines. No super big triangles. Do your percents first, and you should have no problem doing this thing on the test. Have a lovely day. End the video. Oops.